I woke up to my aquarium supplies video and walkthrough of aquarium supplies that and repair supplies. First, to get started, you need to clean. You need the fish tanks and to check them out to make sure they're if they're good enough to hold water. Then you want to clean them, and then look for the gaskets and chips, and then you want to fix the chips, and then you want to silicone the seals, I guess, and I want to silicone the top corners and the frame, because it's not, they're only silicone in the seals. And you use vinegar and Comet and a scrub pad to really clean most of the calcium buildup. And you use after it's clean and dry, you use epoxy. This stuff dries in 5 minutes, so you gotta keep an eye on it. And if you see any drips, you gotta mold it to where you need to repair the chips. And then the last thing is, before filling up with water, you tape it up and use silicone. Just using the silicone and then wiping off any excess can be a lot faster, but using tape, and the thin kind of tape, it really helps make it a good job. And then for your so those are the tanks. This is my outdoor kind of planner, an aqua plant planner, where I've got 2 different sizes. This one's actually for real trees, and I can fill it up with dirt and have the water and stuff not sog up the soil. But these lower ones, these more shallow ones, are for the pond, where you just have them filled with gravel and dirt, and then gravel. I made these out of 2 liters and a soldering iron. So basically, they're real cheap and easy to make. And you want gravel and dirt, not being able to escape, but you get good airflow or water flow around your aquatic plants, and basically they just sit submerged underwater inside this outdoor. This is for the outdoor. Maybe for indoor, you gotta support the edge or the container with strong packing tape or duct tape, and or wood works, or fiberglass in a wooden container, just kind of so that these don't get warped and bulge out with the water pressure that's going to be inside of it. You can also use Miracle Grow type of water, where these plants might really so I could fit probably 4 across, and I think it's 7, so 28 of these planters go in here. And to clean these, you just need a bucket of hydrogen peroxide and water, and you just dip them in, and then have a clean water bucket and just dip it in the clean water. And these clean up pretty good from the soda that was in it. So, and then I've got these tall ones that could go in here to make more of a wall. I also want to put a HOB filter to have water kind of like, you know, stabilized and filtering and flowing or something. So that's pretty much most of my containers. I've got this tank. It's gonna be good for, like, it's a 20-gallon long and a 20-gallon tall. Like, I would keep angelfish in this one and betas in this one. I'll keep you know, it just, you know, tanks specific for types of breeds and you know, size really makes it nicer. So I've got these supplies for the 10 gallons where it's HOB filter, a heater, I need a light, an air pump, and a heater. So basically you've got, you know, just on a single system you could make a sump system and a lot of light if you got a lot of tanks. That's one of the reasons why I'm not setting up any tanks right now, because I'm not ready to with the test water test kits is probably one step that I need to get into, but I'm just kind of planning with what I have. So, you know, I like the aquascapes and all, but I also like potted plants. And yeah, I need lights and air pump too, so I'm just, you know, gonna just show you my other stuff. There's 4 more HOBs and a power head, which are good for 10 gallons on, you know, at the most. You probably need so I need that, and then I got this light with the fluorescent. I want to make a cover that's water resistant and stuff like that, and maybe have it a certain color like red or blue or yellow. So here's my other heaters. I've got heat pads. These heat pads are basically good for glass, and if you don't want like wires or stuff, you could just kind of re-glue it, get a, you know, or tape it. You can even have it on the bottom if there's enough clearance, so at the bottom, and stick the cord through the bottom. So I've got this. So for the anything larger than 10s, and I've got heaters like 75 watts, 100 watts, 100, 200 watts that that could be used. Here's another heater that, you know, I'm trying to see if it works, because fish like heat to help digest their food, and even yeah, feels real good to them. So those are my heaters, filters. I've got this 75 gallon heater. This in here is my thermometer. So so this is a filter that that's going to work good with like a 55 gallon or 40 gallon. And I've got another one down here, and I've got more lights down here, and this one's another big one, and they actually work. I've seen them at all my friends' tank, and it really, he had like he had a 55-gallon tank with a 10-gallon HOB filter, and I gave him the larger one, and it really changed his fish tank. Here's extra media, filter bags, charcoal packets, some old just high low pH, smooth chloramine and ammonia, some stuff, which I need a water tester to really use it. So I've got enough filter stuff. I also want to try filter floss and maybe a sponge on the HOB filters, so it's really filtering somewhat cleaner water and adding it to the tank all the time. And then I've got another pump. This is portable, which runs on batteries and has an outtake. This is probably the outtake, and this is the intake. And you just hook up some hoses to it and siphon out tanks. I've got a siphoner, a net, an air vacuum, which I don't know which should work, but I haven't gotten it to work. So that's just some nano supplies. I got 2 siphons, and the last thing is some decorations. I've got this log and this nice piece of wood, which is pretty nice to have for lizards, which could go in here. I want to get a green mantis. Here's a stick mantis. I actually saw one in my yard, and I was too into other issues. Some wood, half pieces of wood. I got 2 of those, and this is that water fountain. And here's the bottom part of it. Here's the water pump. I mean, all this is gonna look nice once I get tanks or wood boxes for lizards. And then what's this, a water pump. So there's 2 in here. I've got food trays, a bottle net for creek fishing for nanos. Instead of hooking them, I could put them in this trap. They'll go through here, then I'll pull it out, and I solder some holes so the water will drain, and then I'll just unscrew this into a bucket and fish will go in there. Have some nice little plants. I probably spent $50 on fake plants, and I like the leafy ones more. I even got this glow-in-the-dark one. So there's heaters, and here's some old air pumps and my air lines. This is a Wall of Bubbles airline, if you haven't seen one. And I've got extra fluorescent light fuses in there, and the air pump. And here's how air pumps transformer, and then it's connected right there. And then here's the valve to let air in or out whenever this is moving. So this was for a 10-gallon, and I used it for a 55-gallon, and put air pumps above the water level just in case the power goes off and on. So here's a food container, a desk fan, and a toaster to dry up. So, and more lights. So, and a room heater. We even got binoculars. So thanks for watching. Bye. Have a good one.